I'm Sebastian St. James. Can you claim the expense of your car on your tax? The answer is yes. Sometimes. In a previous video, Simon Lee asked, "Hi, thank you for your helpful information. I need some more information about deductions. I would like to claim car expenses. Am I entitled for that?" Possibly, Simon. Let's have a look. You can claim a deduction for motor vehicles when you use it for performing your work-related duties. So I drive my car to work. That's obviously a work-related duty, isn't it? Because I would not be able to work unless I drove my car there. Is that correct? This is a simple question. Even Simon can answer it. I understand I can't claim if between workplace and home. How does Simon know this, and is it true? Yes, because he was watching a video where I told him this, and that's where he asked his question. But what does the ATO have to say? You generally can't claim the cost of expenses you incur for travel between your home and your regular place of work. What happens if I live out in the country and have to travel, say, 100 kilometres all the way to work? No, you still can't. What if I have to work back late? Let's say there's a function on and my boss wants me to work till 9 p.m. Can I claim my car expenses then because it's kind of out of normal business hours? No, you can't. Why is this the case? Clearly, without my car, I'm not going to get to work, and therefore it's a necessary expense that I have incurred as a part of getting to work. And if I wasn't going to work, I wouldn't have incurred the expense, right? Well, it's really just a government cop-out. I think most governments do it, but that's what it is. Basically, they've put that expense back onto you personally, and that's just the legislation. If I was Prime Minister, no, I would change that. I would make expenses to work that you would otherwise not occur, whether that's a public transport ticket or whether that's using your own car. I would make that tax deductible, but I'm not Prime Minister. So until I am, that's not the rules. Simon asks, but sometimes I need to go shopping at a shop or a market to pick up things. Then, is it possible to claim? I have something exciting to tell you. It's about Sebastian's colognes. And here it is, Scent of Sebastian. This is my own personal fictional business. And here is my fictional Etsy store where you can see Scent of Sebastian is available for sale at $283.39. Wow, that's pretty good, but it's got 5-star review. That's just amazing. Can I claim my car expenses for my at-home business? Well, yes, you can. We know that you can't claim travel expenses to and from work. I work from home. It nulls that out, therefore none of that is relevant. So how is Sebastian's colognes made? I shall let you in on the secret, and here are the ingredients. I need the following: 63 grams of musk, 1 litre of alcohol, and 500 mils of yellow dye. And that's my cologne. It's amazing. But these ingredients aren't in my house. I have to go out and procure them. And here I go. For the musk, I'm going to go to Mandy's Musk Deer Farm and get the musk there. Hello, Mandy, if you're watching. To get my alcohol, I'm off to Mark's Moonshine Shack. I'll see you soon, Mark. For the yellow dye, I'm going to Jill's Saffron Della Crocus. Jill, I've got the DVD I borrowed from you. I'll bring it around when I come. This is fairly straightforward. I have a business selling colognes. I need to go out and collect the ingredients for colognes, and therefore this should be a business expense. Is that not correct? According to the ATO, you can claim when you deliver items or collect supplies. So yes, it's perfectly acceptable to claim. Come on, jump in the car, let's go. So we're off to Mandy's Musk Deer Farm, and that's 30 kilometres. From the deer farm to Mark's Moonshine Shack is 20 kilometres. And from the shack to Jill's Saffron Della Crocus is 20 kilometres, and from Crocus home is 30 kilometres. Add them up and you get 100 kilometres total trip. I have a video coming out shortly which will tell you what you can claim on your taxes, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out. On day 2, I'm off for another trip. We're off to get 25 metres of yellow ribbon. To tie around the boxes, of course. A presentation is everything. I'm travelling 100 kilometres return to a Woolworths store. Don't you have a Woolworths closer to you? I do, but they're out of yellow ribbon, so I've got to travel across town. While I'm there, I've decided that I'm going to get some personal groceries while I'm at it. Is that okay that I get groceries while I'm actually getting my ribbon for work? The answer is yes, but you can only claim for the portion that is the business expense, and you need to divvy it up. How do I divvy it up? Well, you have to have a rationale, and I think dollar amount that you spend is probably good enough. So we spent $100 on the 25 meters of yellow ribbon and 100 meters on the groceries. Therefore, we'll say this trip is 50% business. So let's add them up. On day 1, I traveled 100 kilometers, 100% business. Day 2, it was 50% of 100 kilometers, which is 50 kilometers. I'm sure Simon Lee will want to know more. If so, how can I prove that? Your deductions for using your personal car for your business can be claimed through 2 different methods. The first method is cents per kilometer, and the next one is the logbook method. So what's the difference? Which method should I use? I shall explain all. Option number 1, the cents per kilometer method. Let's go. You can claim 78 cents per kilometer if you do it in this financial year, or if you're doing the math for last financial year, then it's 72 for Sebastian's colognes. How does the math work out? Well, the total was 150 kilometers times 0.78 cents equals $117. So am I done? With the math you are, but you still need to keep your records. You can claim up to a maximum of 5,000 kilometers if you're using this cents per kilometer method. And of course, you need to keep your records. What type of records do I need to keep? Well, they're fairly straightforward. You can record your trips in a diary or in the My Deductions app, which of course goes with My Tax. Here is the vehicle diary for Sebastian's colognes. On the 4th of the 7th, I travelled 100 kilometres for the purpose of getting cologne ingredients. In the second trip, it was 100 kilometres. I'm only claiming half of that, and that was to get the ribbon. Is that good enough? Yes, it is. Now, when they say diary, does that mean an actual book with pen? Well, it can do if that's the most convenient for you. You can also have some sort of spreadsheet. As long as you keep the details, that's all really the ATO is after. So if you are a small business like an Etsy store and you're only doing a limited amount of running around, this is by far the easiest method, but there is another. Option number 2 is the logbook method. Haven't we been keeping a log? Yes, you have. Your diary method is somewhat similar, but the log has a few extra details which they require, plus you have to keep it over a different period of time. I'll explain. If you're regularly going and doing the same trip day after day after day, maybe Monday off to the deer farm, Tuesday get the yellow ribbon. That happens every week, for example. Do I have to keep every single trip with the log method? No. The logbook must cover a minimum continuous period of 12 weeks. So that's 3 months. I need 3 months worth of data, and as long as month 4, 5 and 6 replicates the first 3 months right throughout the year, then I can just refer back and say, I've done the work. Include the purpose of the journey, the odometer readings at the start and the end of the journey, and the total kilometres travelled. So here they are. It's the same diary, except now we have the start and the end odometer readings. And we have to include the odometer readings at the start of the year and at the end of the business year. At the start of the year, which seems to be an American format, it was 15,431 kilometres. At the end of the year, it was 21,325 on my odometer. Why am I recording this? Well, that tells you how far your car has travelled in total, including your personal use, right? So now we work out the business use of that, and we can figure out the percentage of your car's travel over this year and how much of that is business. Sebastian's colognes needs to collect exactly the same ingredients every month and year after year. So next year, do I have to get out my logbook again and record it? The answer is no. Your logbook is valid for 5 years. As long as your pattern of travel is exactly the same, you don't have to redo your logbook. So that's an advantage. Right, I've completed my logbook for 12-week sample and I can reuse that throughout the year. What do I do now? I know the total number of kilometres I've travelled. How do I make that information useful for my deductions? Well, there's a big long list of things that you need. You must also keep original receipts for all expenses of the car, how you worked out the decline in the value of your car, your fuel and oil expenses, registration, insurance, tyres, repairs, etc. The logbook method is about working out what portion of your car's use has been for business use, but rather than using a cents per kilometre method like we did in the first method, you use your actual real-world expenses and proportion that against the business. So Sebastian's cologne has fuel of $300 at 75%, which is 50.25. Unlike your other expenses for your car, you don't actually have to collect your petrol receipts for all your personal trips. So all you need to do is make sure you have the receipts for the trips where you actually did business travel and estimate how much of that is going to be used on your business trip. The total kilometres in my car was 20,000 kilometres. My business use works out to be 5% of that, because we're including the entire year here. Registration was $300 at 5% is $15 against the business. Insurance is $500 at 5% is $25. Depreciation is $1,000 at 5% is $50. Depreciation of my vehicle, how do I work that out? That's crazy talk. Well, there is a number of methods which the ATO allows you. You basically have to have a rationale. How did you come up with that figure? So a simpler way really to do it is to find out when you insure how much your car was worth last year, because there'll be an agreed value, right? And how much your insurer is going to give you this year, and deduct the amounts. There we go. That could be a valid way of working out depreciation. It is tax time, but don't lodge your tax return yet. Click here to find out why.